Welcome to the Air Power Airwaves, the Air Power Manufacturing Solutions podcast series where we talk about manufacturing issues that impact you. Hey, it's Travis Steerwalt, and I'm here with another episode of the Air Power Airwaves podcast. And there's a familiar face sitting over there on the other side. That's Kyle Crawford. Kyle and I have been in this room multiple times.
We continue to knock them out.
But you know what? We've got a pretty interesting topic today, and one that's a hot topic with Air Power.
Yeah, we have one that's been moving around a lot lately.
Yep. Moving. I see what you did there. I see what you did there. All right, before you say anything else, first of all, if you have any questions on what we talk about in this podcast, 1-800-334-1001 and airpowerairwaves.com. And then that's the podcast, the home for the podcast. But then airpower-usa.com is the website you need for everything Air Power. So a lot of times when we come in here, we talk about a specific vendor, a specific product. It's kind of product driven or a specific brand of a product driven. This is going to be way different because this isn't brand specific at all. This is Air Power customer specific.
This is industry driven at times.
And how this topic, I'm trying to hold off on, like this topic. How should we say it without saying it? Like, if you need something done in your facility, there's all kind of tasks that have to go on in any facility whatsoever, no matter what you're manufacturing, no matter if you're a huge job shop that all you do is paint other people's goods, you're not manufacturing there. This fits no matter who we're talking about.
No matter where, it removes the rigidity of historical manufacturing.
Like fixed position manufacturing.
Yeah, we don't want any of that.
No. We want to take the manufacturing to where it needs to happen.
Can you just say it?
I can. We're going to talk about mobile manufacturing solutions today.
Thank you.
We beat that one up enough.
Yeah, so Air Power has really found an amazing niche in the mobile manufacturing market. So if you think about Air Power Manufacturing Solutions, and as part of these solutions, mobile manufacturing is one of those. And so our biggest thing lately has been like, yes, we want this widget, or yes, we want to fix this process, but what if our plant assembly line moves in a year? Or what happens if we relocate equipment? Or what if we make a new wing on our manufacturing plant? How do we redeploy quickly? And so that was kind of the birth of mobile manufacturing.
Okay.
And so for Air Power, mobile manufacturing is portable, quickly deployable technology.
Okay.
And we can incorporate everything we sell within that mantra. So if you think about assemble, move, coat, automate, now think, okay, so I can do that, and I can also make this deployable and mobile at the drop of a dime.
So for those listening, I want to get into some examples pretty fast.
Yeah.
So just take the first category you want and roll with it. Cool. I know that this is something this isn't new to Air Power. Air Power has been developing this for a very long time. And it was just solutions for customers. And I don't even think you, Jai, Kevin, I don't think there was anybody that was really thinking that this is a whole category of product line. It was kind of an epiphany you guys had.
It was. Yeah, we started looking. So if you ever visit Air Power, which anybody's welcome to come here, in our build shop, we started rocking around a couple of times, and we're like, man, like that's a mobile solution. That's a mobile solution. And then when you really started talking to the customer base, you realize that this is where they want to head. You know, nobody wants just that fixed asset anymore. They want to be able to deploy it quickly and efficiently.
Adapt.
100%.
So whatever. So what were some of the first, let's talk about early on. What were some of the first projects that we did, if you can talk about?
Sure.
Whatever.
So real quick, though, so when we define mobile, we are defining this as either a cart that could be pushed, or it could be something that's maybe skidded for like a fork truck or a hand truck attachment to be deployed. So a couple of the early ons was we did a deployable skid paint kitchen. And so this is something, that could be picked up with a fork truck and relocate it anywhere into the plant. And so what this plant was using it for was for preventative maintenance. So let's say booth C, we know we need to maintain those pumps and we need to fix wear items and all that. Well, let's just pick up our portable paint kitchen, take it on site, lower it, continue to run production while we perform preventative maintenance.
Okay.
So that was one. And then another early adopter is all of our cart systems. So we have done a lot of paint carts, atomization carts, transfer pump carts, dispensing carts. If you think about it in a manufacturing environment, like if something goes down line side or you're not quite sure where this application is going to live long term, but you know it has to happen on this assembly line, we'll just deploy a cart line side.
Yep. I think we've got a great video on our website with the intrinsically safe PD2K.
We absolutely do.
And Jai and I were looking at that, kind of warming up for this, just checking some things out. And
yeah, so if you go to our website, you can go to our website and type in mobile manufacturing, and we have a whole page dedicated to this.
All right. That's great.
Yep.
All right. So as we've progressed, I know that that's turned into some different things.
Yes.
You know, and I wanna touch on those categories.
Yeah. So so it started really with paint and fluid. It has since morphed into material handling, assembly lines, anything that needs quick deployment.
Okay.
So we just finished one. It's a calibration cart. Super cool, extremely custom. The customer wanted certain aspects of the cart to be just for them, but he wanted to be able to push it line side so he could QC tools line side without having to bring them back to the crib.
Yep.
We also did some mobile paint spraying carts. What's interesting is when I talk about mobile, you know, sometimes it's on a cart, sometimes it's with a fork truck. These carts were with tuggers. And so we incorporated these carts to be pulled so that they could be tugged an extremely long distance.
Okay.
So that was a really cool one. And that one was actually being used in an outdoor environment.
All right. So you've got multiple floor things, whatever it is you're rolling over. You can't roll casters over.
No, that didn't have casters.
Yeah. So the tug situation is just adding another level of customization for that customer.
Yeah, and then the mobile piece too, you know, so we want mobile for flexibility, for quick deployment, but then that in itself has even morphed to like mobile maintenance solutions. So we've seen a huge uptick, you know, customers want spares. And so let's say you're painting with the Graco 2K system and you have 3 booths. Well, it's great to have that spare, but if you have one spare fixed at a singular booth, well, what happens if booth 3 goes down? Right. So we've done a lot lately, mobile maintenance portable solutions. So yes, you have a spare, but we make sure that spare can be deployed at any one of your stations. No matter which one goes down or which one needs preventative maintenance, you can deploy, stay up and running, and then perform your maintenance.
I'm thinking also, if you've got a fixed, let's take a PD2K for an example. If you've got a fixed PD2K right up against the side of a booth, and if you need to do repairs and you have to access the back of it, we have a big problem.
It's not good.
You've got to unbolt the whole thing, get it all pulled out, you know, whereas if it's on casters,
or some sort of mobile ability.
You just spin it around.
Absolutely.
Or drag it out. You know, whatever you need to do, there you have full access.
So we did one, it's a Ransburg system, so an RCS system, and there's a lot of regulators and filters that needed to be originally fixed mounted, flush mounted to the booth.
Okay.
Working in conjunction with our install team, well, that would be great, but our install team was like, man, y'all are doing all this other mobile stuff. Why don't we make this portion mobile too? And it's not mobile for quick deployment. It's mobile maintenance, quickly deployable. So just like you referenced, like this one essentially swivels. And so if we need to work on those regulators or get behind it, we don't have to take anything off the wall. We essentially just pop, rotate, and then we have ease of use, ease of access.
So give us some categories. I know we've talked about, you know, what we've discussed so far, but there are other things that I've got in the back of my head that are other categories that have gone on movable, you know, carts or whatever you want to call it, sleds that do not match finishing. So do not match, like we've got hot melt.
We do. We've done some mobile hot melt carts. We've done some mobile 2-component dispensing carts.
So, okay, when I was a kid, when I was in college, I worked at Little Debbie.
Okay.
All I will say is that there was hot melt there because I don't want to get in trouble. It's a long time since I worked there, but
Right.
there's obviously there's hot melt on boxes and cereal boxes and all that stuff. How does a hot melt in a mobile manufacturing situation, how is that utilized? Because a lot of that stuff is very inaccessible because you've got the manufacturing line all the way around it, and that's just one little area.
Right.
But it's a huge pain in that process. How is a hot melt implemented on a mobile situation?
Yeah, so the ones that we have done historically, so it incorporates large carts that are either push-pull or tugged. We utilize like a single access hookup. So when you push this into that, small space, there's just one hookup.
Okay.
So you just hook your electrical or pneumatic, however we design our panels. So you hook in, so you have power, and we have also festooned. So we've used some mobile jibs to festoon lines over to get them into space. But in that instance, like the mobile, like glue type systems we've done have really been preventative maintenance.
Okay.
So yes, you have to, we won't use Little Debbie, but yes, you have to put glue or hot melt on all these boxes. I can't let the system go down. Let's say it does. Well, I need to push something into place right now to keep me up and running. So it was more like a downtime.
I can
Negotiator.
100%. I can 100% see the need for that because most of those hot melt systems are archaic, and it is the one spot on the entire line that your guarantee is going to go down.
It will.
Every week. There was always battles with the people that had that station that were working with that. They're always scraping glue, the hot melt off of certain areas. They're always chasing problems.
Right. Well, I think Jai, if you follow our social, I think he does some posts every now and then. It's like if you don't plan for maintenance, it'll plan for you. Mm-hmm. And so our mobile solutions are not that it's going to plan maintenance for you, but when you plan your maintenance, you can push in a mobile solution to ensure you don't go down while you're doing that maintenance.
Well, you look at a company as strong as Little Debbie that I was in, even back then, they did plan for all that. They had a whole maintenance team always working on it, always making sure everything was, and chaos still happens. Mm-hmm. So, even if you have that maintenance solution that you're always planning, you're always working, it's still going to go down. So you might as well have a better way to think about putting the protection in place.
Just be prepared.
Otherwise, your line that's kicking out, Swiss cake rolls is down for this foreseeable future. And, we're doing is stopping boxes and catching all the excess Little Debbie cakes that are coming through are just piling up. It creates an absolute disaster.
Right. Well, and that's true for any manufacturer.
Absolutely.
So, deployment of maintenance solutions, mobile, can take advantage of that, fix that problem. So the other cool thing, up until this point, I've talked about mobile maintenance for how we've done it currently, which is through some sort of, push-pull, casters, tugger, or fork truck. And we've been super successful in that. So anything we do, assemble, move, coat, automate, we can mobile fabricate a solution for you. The cool one now that we're trending into is mobile manufacturing using droids. So, or drones. Sorry, drones.
Droids.
Yeah. So how can we incorporate mobile manufacturing in drones or in some sort of?
That's pretty killer.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. So we're working on one right now that would be a drone-based painting solution.
I'm assuming something large.
It is very large.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So how do we, and if you think about this, when we talk about, deploying robotics within automation, how do we remove human input? In this application, it's a very large thing that has to be painted. It's not the safest for a human to paint. It's a perfect application to automate, but you can't necessarily automate it with a FANUC 6-axis robot.
Right.
So now, you pair what we're really good at, which is mobile manufacturing, mobile maintenance solutions, and now you pair it with like cutting edge drone technology, and you got something pretty cool out there.
And my head is spinning on how do you feed the paint.
Oh yeah, we've got all. It's cool. It's really cool.
That's awesome.
That might be another thing in itself, but
See,
we're on the cutting edge.
They keep me from some cool stuff here. Oh, that's crazy. I'm looking forward to seeing that application for sure. I probably have to sign my life away to be able to have access. I don't know if I want that.
But that would probably be at the height of mobile manufacturing right there.
That's cool. Anything else you want to cover on mobile manufacturing?
No, I mean, it's here. If you have a need for mobile manufacturing, give us a call. You might be wanting to implement a 2K or implement a calibration system or something like that. But I mean, I would highly consider, should you consider making this mobile?
Yeah, and this isn't something new to Air Power. It's been around for years. But I want to emphasize that if you even have an idea on your plant floor of something that you need better access to, you need to be able to move around. Currently, it's not. Or you need to be able to have something that saves you when the emergencies hit.
Right.
This is a great place to start. So, Kyle, thank you.
Yeah, man.
I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thank
Good
you,
to
Travis.
see you. Call 1-800-334-1001 and ask for somebody to help you with a mobile manufacturing solution, and we will get that person to help and start that dialogue. airpower-usa.com for all things air power and the mobile manufacturing page. Remember, Kyle said you can go search for mobile manufacturing.
Yeah, airpower-usa.com, and in the search bar, type mobile manufacturing.
Yep, and you will find a lot of examples that we've done already. There's pictures and descriptions of what we're overcoming in those in those applications. So, other than that, I'm going to close it out by saying what we always say: manufacture it a great day.
Thank you for joining the Air Power Airwaves podcast. Air Power Airwaves is a production of Air Power Inc. and Air Power Live Studios and is hosted by Travis Steyerwalt. For more information, please visit airpowerairwaves.com. For more information on all of our products, brands, and manufacturing solutions, please visit airpower-usa.com. If you have any questions or need product support, please contact Air Power at 1-800-334-1001.